Hey, amazing viewers, I love connecting with you all around the world. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to share will leave you inspired and ready to take control of your own life. In today's story, you'll hear about an incredible twist that no one saw coming. Also, if this is your first time here, press the subscribe button and join our incredible journey. You never expect your family to be the source of your deepest pain, but sometimes life has a way of pulling back the curtain on truths you've been avoiding. It was supposed to be a perfect family getaway, a long-needed vacation on a beautiful cruise to the Caribbean, a trip meant to bring us together, to celebrate the bonds of family. Instead, it shattered everything I thought I knew about those closest to me, and in that moment I realized just how far apart we had truly drifted. The betrayal wasn't just about missing a trip. It was about my son, the innocent bystander, who was told he wasn't family enough to join. It was the hardest thing I had ever heard him say. "Mom, am I not family?" I'll never forget the look in his eyes. This is the story of how one phone call, one decision, one lie turned my family vacation into the most painful experience of my life. It's a story of love, betrayal, and in the end, finding the strength to stand up for what really matters. It all began on an ordinary morning, one that felt like any other. The sunlight streamed gently through the window of my high-rise apartment in San Francisco, spilling across the kitchen counter as I sat down with my coffee. I was an accountant for a major corporation, organized, methodical, always on top of things. My day was planned down to the minute, but I always left a little room for my son, Aiden. He was 10, quick-witted, curious, and the best thing that had happened to me in my life. "Mom, I can't get my tie right." Aiden's voice called from the other room. He was getting ready for school, standing in front of the mirror, trying to dress himself in the uniform I'd laid out for him. I smiled and placed my coffee down. "Coming," I called back, walking into his room. There he was, standing tall like his father. His blue eyes and brown hair were a mirror image of Michael, who had tragically passed away 5 years ago. The loss still stung every day, but Aiden was my connection to him, my reason to keep going. I knelt in front of Aiden and adjusted his tie, explaining the process carefully. "Watch closely, buddy. You need to know how to do this for yourself. Grandma said she'd call today," Aiden said, his voice a little distracted, but still full of excitement. "She mentioned something special." I paused for a moment. The word special was always a trigger with my mother, Carol. She had a tendency to hide her true intentions behind grand gestures and promises of luxury, especially since Michael's death. But there was something else too, a push for me to be part of her world, a world that felt disconnected from the simple life I tried to build for Aiden. "Maybe," I replied, finishing his tie and standing up. "But let's focus on breakfast first." As I moved back toward the kitchen, my phone buzzed. It was my sister, Vanessa. I sighed, half expecting some impulsive news. "Amy." "Amazing news." Vanessa's voice came through the speaker, high-pitched and full of excitement. "Mom booked a Caribbean cruise for all of us. You and Aiden have to come with us." A Caribbean cruise? My eyebrows shot up in surprise. Carol was a woman who tried to live a life of wealth and status, but the reality was far different. The woman had been living on a small pension and support from my ex-husband, Bill, since Michael's death. A cruise, especially one to the Caribbean, was definitely beyond her budget. Wait, how did she afford that? I asked, still trying to make sense of the situation. Vanessa giggled. "Mom's friend Judith from the travel agency gave us a special discount. It's a family-only deal, so you and Aiden have to come. It's already booked for next week." The words "family-only" struck me. I wasn't sure how I felt about being forced into this, but after a long moment I agreed. We hadn't spent much time together as a family, and maybe this would be a good opportunity to reconnect with Carol and Vanessa. Besides, Aiden was always talking about how much he loved the idea of a cruise. "I'll think about it," I replied, I'll check my work schedule and get back to you." The idea felt strange, but my heart softened when I thought of Aiden's excitement. He deserved something special. The day of the trip arrived. The port in San Francisco was bustling, filled with excitement as the Ocean Princess docked at the pier. Aiden could barely contain his excitement, jumping around and asking me endless questions about the ship. "Is there a pool inside?" he asked, eyes wide with wonder. "Of course, sweetheart," I replied, smiling at his joy. "There's a pool, a movie theater, and even activities for kids. You're going to have so much fun." Carol, ever the fashionista, was already looking around, scanning the other passengers as she adjusted her designer sunglasses and flashed a smile at anyone who would look. Vanessa was busy snapping selfies, already thinking of how she could show off her vacation to everyone back home. But as we approached the boarding gate, something didn't feel right. My nerves started to bubble up. Was it too good to be true? Why did I feel this nagging feeling at the back of my mind? When we reached the counter, the attendant smiled and asked for our reservation number. Carol handed over the paperwork, but after a quick check, the smile faded. "I'm sorry, but I don't see a reservation for your son," the staff member said. "It looks like the reservation is for 3 people only." The room seemed to freeze. My heart skipped a beat. "What do you mean?" "My son is part of our family," I said, confusion spreading across my face. The attendant looked again, his face apologetic. "This promotion is for adults only. Children require an additional fee." I looked at Carol, expecting her to clarify the situation. But instead, she hesitated and then muttered, "This is a family-only promotion. Aiden doesn't count." "Sorry." Vanessa, without missing a beat, chimed in, "Thanks for saving us the taxi fare, Amy." It hit me like a ton of bricks. They had never planned for Aiden to join. This family trip was only meant for them. And Aiden, my son, the one person who had been through everything with me, wasn't even considered. Aiden looked up at me, his big blue eyes filled with confusion. "Mom, am I not family?" I felt like I was suffocating. My heart shattered as I looked down at my son. The betrayal wasn't just from Carol or Vanessa. It was from the people I loved most, the ones I had trusted. They had turned their backs on him, on us. I held Aiden's hand tightly, trying to hold back my own tears. I was so angry, so hurt, but I couldn't let him see that. Not now. "Mom, do I need to stay here?" Aiden asked quietly, his voice barely above a whisper. I could feel my blood boil, but I took a deep breath and turned away from them. I wasn't going to let them break me. Not in front of Aiden. "We don't need them, Aiden," I said softly, my voice steady but firm. "We've got each other, and that's all we need." As we walked away from the pier, I realized something that I'll never forget. Family isn't about the people who show up when it's convenient. Family is about those who stand by your side, even when everything else falls apart. It's easy to get caught up in the image of what family is supposed to be. But the truth is, family is not defined by blood, nor by grand vacations or shiny possessions. Family is built on trust, love, and support, through the highs and lows. When you stand by someone's side, no matter the circumstances, that's what makes you family. Aiden and I walked away from that pier, not because we were defeated, but because we had everything we truly needed, each other. And no one, not even those we call family, could ever take that away. So remember this. When you find yourself at a crossroads, remember what truly matters. Choose the people who choose you back, and never ever let anyone make you feel less than you are. True family is found in the heart, not in the reservation list. This concludes the story. Thank you for watching until the end. I hope you found it enjoyable. If you did, please consider liking the video and sharing it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell for more captivating stories. Have a great day.